Hello everyone, today I'm going to be filming the Wicked book tag, and I was tagged to do this by the tag creator Sophie Elaine, so I will link her channel in the description down below. Please go check her out. So she has created this tag based on the songs in the musical Wicked, and I love Wicked. It's definitely one of my favourite musicals. I've seen it a few times and it's just as good every time you see it as the first time. I especially really loved the songs in it. There are some incredible songs in Wicked, so I'm just going to get right on into the tag. The first question is based on the song Dear Old Shiz, and Shiz is the name of the school that Elphaba and Galinda go to. So the question is, what is your favourite fictional school? And of course I have to say Hogwarts, but I also want to mention Creekside School, I think it's called, from Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I recently read that book and I just got a really lovely, warm, quirky vibe from the school. Most of the teachers seem pretty cool, most of the students seem pretty awesome to be around too. So yeah, either Hogwarts or Creekside School would have been amazing schools to go to. The next question is based on The Wizard and I, and this is when Elphaba is getting really excited about the prospect of meeting the Wizard of Oz. So the question is, what character would you like to meet? And for that I have to say Libby from Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven, because she is just such a positive, uplifting character. Even though she's gone through some pretty hard stuff in her life, she is still really inspirational. I know that she would remind me that I'm wanted and loved and valuable to the world when I'm at my lowest points. So yeah, I would really love to meet somebody like Libby. The next question is based on Popular, and this is the point in the show where Galinda feels that she wants to take Elphaba, who is an outcast, under her wing and make her into one of the popular crowd. So the question is, what book do you wish was more popular? And I did a Top 5 Wednesday about my favourite underrated books, so I will link that video in the description down below so you can see some more books that I wish were more popular. But for this video I'm going to mention My Sister Lives on the Mantelpiece by Annabelle Pitcher, and Annabelle Pitcher is an author that I don't really see talked about that much on BookTube or on book blogs, or her books aren't really mentioned in tags very often, and I really love her books. This one in particular is a YA/middle grade contemporary that made me cry bucket loads when I read it a few years ago. It's just beautifully written, a really emotional family drama, so if it sounds like your sort of thing, please pick it up because it's just a gorgeous book. The next question is based on One Short Day, and this is the point where Galinda and Elphaba arrive in Oz for the first time and they're really excited about it. So the question is, what fictional town or city would you like to visit? And for this I'm going to say Red London from the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab, because it's just a lovely, magical, vibrant place, and I would love to spend a day or so wandering around the markets, learning things from all the amazing magical people there. It just sounds like a really cool, magical, spellbinding place to visit. The next question is based on Defying Gravity, which is probably one of the biggest, most monumental songs in the whole show. It's also the finale of Act 1. So the question is, what is your favourite cliffhanger? And for this I have to say Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, and oh my god, this cliffhanger is insane. It just sets up a completely different direction for all of the books that come after it, and I'm really glad that I had Heir of Fire to go on to straight away after I finished this, because if I'd read this book when it first came out I would have had to wait a whole year for Heir of Fire and I'd have been really annoyed and frustrated at myself. So yeah, but this cliffhanger is just amazing, so if you haven't read it I really recommend you do. The next question is based on As Long As You're Mine, and the question is, who is your fictional crush? Around Valentine's Day this year I did a whole video on my bookish Valentines and all my fictional crushes, so I will link that video in the description down below so you can see some more fictional men that I am hopelessly in love with. But for this video I'm going to talk about a few of them. One of them is of course Rhys from the Court series by Sarah J Maas. I love him, he's intriguing, he's mysterious, he's sassy, he's beautiful, he's all of those things you would want from a beautiful romantic male fae. I also really love Liam from the Darkest Minds trilogy because he is clever, he's gorgeous, he's emotional, he's sensitive, he's brave, he's all of those things. He's a little bit damaged, which I tend to like as well. Yeah, I really love him. And I also really love, and you guys will know this, Sam Winchester from Supernatural. He is like my ultimate fictional crush. He's everything I've ever wanted in a guy. in a fictional guy, and it just frustrates me so much because I feel like he's possibly the reasons why I have pretty high expectations when it comes to guys in real life, because I want someone like Sam, basically. But yeah, he's my ultimate fictional crush. The next question is based on No Good Deed, and the question is, who is your favourite villain? In the musical book tag, which I did last week, I said that Crowley from Supernatural was my favourite villain, and he is definitely my favourite villain. But for this video, I'm going to mention the Darkling from the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, because there's just something about him. He's so spectacularly evil, but he's so sassy and mysterious, and there's just something about him that makes me want to know him a little bit more. And I know that Alina in this series feels the same way, and I think Leigh Bardugo did write him like that on purpose. Like, we are supposed to find him a little bit attractive and a little bit interesting. So yeah, definitely the Darkling is another one of my favourite villains. And the last question is based on For Good, and this is towards the end of the show where Galinda and Elphaba, basically they're parting ways, but they're parting on really good terms. They're really good friends by this point. So the question is, what is your favourite fictional friendship? And again, in the musical book tag, I mentioned Harry, Ron and Hermione from the Harry Potter series, because they are, of course, my favourite fictional friendship. But to avoid repeating myself, I'm going to mention Daenerys Targaryen and Tyrion Lannister. And a lot of you guys who perhaps haven't read the books or aren't familiar with the later seasons of the Game of Thrones TV show, this friendship, when it happens, it's just incredible. And I'm really excited to see where it's going to go in the later books that haven't come out yet and the later TV seasons, because I just love their friendship. It's awesome, and I never saw it coming until it happened, and I'm really happy it did, because I just love seeing them together. Their scenes together for the TV show are just great, and I love them. I really love their kind of contrast, but I also love the way they get on as well. Their friendship is just awesome. And that is it for the Wicked book tag. Do you feel like you might want to do it? Then go ahead if it feels like fun. I will leave all of my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.